Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here again, and I got a Alliance War node video for you. This is node 22. Yeah, the 22. This is that first overall shared mini boss coming out of tier 1. I didn't check the nodes on this one because I was boosted on the other fights, had an invulnerability boost on, and I wanted to make sure that I could get that activated. I believe this is a tier 4 war because I used the pre-fight here on Doom, which is just you can see him, he's just melting. And I usually don't use the pre-fight before this because in tier 3 and up there's that buffet with whatever, the one where you reverse the healing, you take damage back. I can't remember. Lionheart. But yeah, so I used the charge there. I could potentially get it back, but yeah, Doom goes down. That was a flow Doom. If it was a stubborn Doom, that would have been more troublesome, but man, Torch just melts him. Here we have Void. It has flow, therefore there's no benefit for that node on him. Thing is an excellent option for countering many of the fights that are on this node. Here I'm just going to play it really slow and make sure that I can hit that 10 combo when he's going to put that IP debuff on me. And I'm going to do a lot of parries because I have the Human Torch synergy, which is going to give me the Furies immediately. I don't have to wait out for the rock timer to go around, or I don't have to throw a special. So it just really helps mitigate the time spent to build up to those 60 Furies. So you can see I got 20 from throwing my special 2, but I already had 21 before that. So here we're coming around, we're getting close to that IP debuff getting on me, throw the special, get to 40 combo, and that's just my plan, is just to make sure that I don't keep one of those debuffs on me for very long, or if at all, to mitigate that damage. And you can just see that slowly and surely Thing is building up those Furies, and his damage is amping up pretty good. So so far I've been able to manage that timer and my 10 hit combos, taking a little bit of block damage, but nothing too significant. And you can just see, man, he is melting now. So here I go for an L3. I have 20 rock stacks. I'm gonna come out unblockable. I don't go straight at him just in case he does hit me. I don't want to lose the combo and have to start back at 0 to get to 10 hits just in case. But here I'm like, oh yeah, this is just gonna kill him. Boom, done. So that was a pretty sweet fight for Thing to take on. With Power Snack, he can't get that extra power gain because Thing can't be nullified. So here's another Doom, and this Doom has Stubborn. I'm not sure what kind of boost or anything I have on, and I wasn't prepared for this one. I should have dueled this guy. He had very, very high Mystic Dispersion, and I was not ready for the power gain. And potentially, if I can't use the pre-fight, I think I might have actually would have preferred to take Thing in instead on this fight. If I have the pre-fight, I would definitely use Torch, but without the pre-fight and with this guy having such high Mystic Dispersion, you're gonna see it. So he's gonna throw in, I'm gonna wait for him to throw in L1, and I'm gonna get power snacked in a minute. So I get shocked there, and I'm gonna go for the parry, and then boom, he's at an L2. I'm like, holy crap, that was a ton of power. And I haven't even hit the 50% recovery yet. And I was like, man, that power gain is nuts. So you can see he's at a half bar. Boom, he's at 1.5 bar. So I'm pretty certain he's got max Mystic Dispersion. And I'm like, oh crap, here comes an L2. I'm just gonna block it, build up some Smolder, dash out of the last part, and then I get clipped there by an L1. And it's just like, holy crap, this guy just keeps coming, and totally I just wasn't ready for that much power gain. It was just special after special. So I die there. I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna revive Torch because I have to use him later on, and heal him up, and he's gonna finish him off. But yeah, with Stubborn, without the pre-fight, I think I would probably try my chances with Thing instead, just because he won't get the power snack power because Thing can't be nullified. He will still get Mystic Dispersion, but I just feel like he can block more, especially with Stubborn. I can just block a lot of the L2s, push him to L2 and block the L2 and trigger protection. But yeah, so there was one death, and then this is the last one that I took in the season. This is the last fight of the season. This happened yesterday, and this is a rank 3 6-star Sentinel. And I'm going in with Thing, and it's on Stubborn, so he's going to get the Indestructible. So my plan here is to do a lot of my attacks under the stun, and to try to alternate my hits in my combo. I think I do throw 2 L2s back to back at the start, and I totally spaced it on that. I should alternate between L1, L2, throw an L3. I didn't want to get an L3 because I felt like the L3 animation would take too much time, especially how slow this fight's gonna go, because Sentinel, he is just a tank. But here I've already built up 60 rock stacks or 60 furies, and I was 45 seconds into the fight, so I'm hitting at max damage now, and I'm just gonna try to block as much of those L1 beams and get him to throw the L1 beams as much as possible, and just block them, just because it doesn't take that much damage, and it will help mitigate his analysis. And so this is my mistake. I threw an L2, gave him 20 charges, and that's just going to make the fight last a little bit longer because he is going to get to full analysis. With a fight like this where you have to block a lot, it's just really hard to manage not giving him a whole bunch. I do have max, I can't think of the mastery. It's the last one in the utility tree that minimizes power gain under a stun effect. And so when I'm parrying and I'm doing my 1 or 2 hit combos, he's getting less power because of that mastery, which is really nice. I really like that mastery. I can't even think of what it's called at the moment. But so now we're a little over 2 minutes in, and we're at 50%. So I trigger back up recovery, and I'm thinking, well, I should have this in the bag. I'm still trying to keep him to L1s because on the L2s, I'm gonna dodge those because I don't want to block them. They hit a little bit harder, and yeah, they have the incinerates. I'm just used to evading that stuff, but if you evade all 3 back to back to back, you're building up more analysis. And so I'm trying to just build up my power and make sure I don't delay the inevitable, which is full analysis. Anyways, I'm rambling on. The one nice thing about Thing though here is because it is a stubborn node, I am getting those perfect block passive buffs on, so it's helping with the chip damage from doing a lot of parries. But yeah, after he gets that stubborn, you gotta take a block and then go give it a hit. And I'm like, okay, so I've done 20% in the last like minute and a half, and I'm like, ooh, I gotta speed it up a little bit. So this is after full analysis. I'm doing more hits in my combo. I'm still trying to bait out those L1s, but now he's at full analysis, so his power costs for specials are going to be less. And I'm like, I can't just dance around all day, so I push into L2 and just keep trying to get damage in. And this is going to go down to the wire. As far as the damage go, there's 1 minute left, 20%. So based on the fight, I've been doing about 20% every minute. I need to make sure I get another 20% in, or I'm gonna time out, and that would be really unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, this just shows how good Thing is, though, especially on this power snack. If you had anybody else and you were trying to do this, you would be having to deal with a lot more specials, because he would be getting that power snack power from getting the dexterity buffs nullified on you. But with Thing, that can't happen. And here I'm gonna try to finish him off with an L1. He doesn't get it, but I have that Human Torch synergy that's also getting the incinerate on the L1, and there it finishes him off with like what, that was like 15 seconds left. But man, Thing is a beast. He did a great job there. 140 hits, no hits received. And that's all I have for this note on for this season. And thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.